to episode 141 of Top Rope right here on the YouTube. I'm Mike Hogan.
I'm just Okada.
And let's get started with some breaking
sure the number's right?
news. I'm pausing the numbers right.
I always get behind on these.
No, we are right as rain.
Not Roman, though.
Not Roman. Mr. has to be everywhere. No. The big dog in the big yard.
Did you see that Big Cass's dream opponent is Roman Reigns main eventing WrestleMania? I was like, we've already had 3 in a row. We're about to have 4.
See, Big Cass. He's going to main event WrestleMania.
Big Cass needs to stick to Big Show and be done with it. Because it's going to be, maybe it'll be the winner gets the rights to the word big. So it'll be the Show versus Big Cass.
Yeah. Maybe so.
Ugh, that's awful. Is Enzo going to be Big Show's manager now?
Yeah, if he's out of the hospital, I'm taking ass whoopings every week.
Did you see all the picture of the bruise and stuff?
No, I didn't see that.
It was all on his side and on his his backside too.
Did it look like a real bruise or a makeup bruise?
Oh, it looked for real. It was dark. It was like the whole back.
I guess that's his punishment for mouthing off, get thrown off a bus overseas.
That's right.
He's still being punished. Because the big dog spoke. He had to get off the bus.
That's right. Big dog said get away. But anyway, that wasn't even part of the news.
No, that's just.
But here we are, breaking news.
We have a new United States champion on the Smackdown Live brand.
Yes, because Chris Jericho returned.
Yes, with a big shock. We had a triple threat. Chris Jericho returned, and we got a new United States champion in AJ Styles.
Yes. So it went Kevin Owens having it for a while.
Yeah.
AJ wins at Madison Square Garden.
For the shock factor of anything can happen anytime.
Well, if they come to Montgomery, Alabama, it ain't going to happen. But Madison Square Garden, it will. Okay?
And if they lose in Montgomery, Alabama, it won't count, and then they'll win it the next night wherever they go after Montgomery. Right. So, yeah.
But, I figured them shutting down Joe Louis Arena, they was going to do something big there, somebody win something there, but nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Anyway, so then AJ lost it back.
Yeah, right after
Madison Square Garden at the pay-per-view.
At the pay-per-view, yeah. Battleground, yeah. Which we'll talk about in part 3.
So Kevin Owens gets it back and says he's bringing back the Open Challenge next week. And AJ comes out and he said he wants his rematch. And he's like, no, it's going to be next week. And then all of a sudden Jericho comes out and make a triple threat main event. I mean, they're trying to bring out the big guns. Having huge main events.
That does make one thing, but we was talking about earlier, behind the cameras we'll get to when we talk about
behind the camera.
We were talking about SummerSlam, which does bring up mine now. Okay, so it does fit. For one of the 2 people I talked about didn't say, okay, well, he loses. Where's he go? Now I know where he goes.
Oh!
Also, the network is at it again, or Vince McMahon. How do you want to go with this?
Canceling shows.
Let's see. Talking smack, you're out of there, but smack and talk, you're on. And people love smack and talk, so I believe.
Smack and talk.
Hey, it's only a few minutes, but hey, if they're going to get together and have one guest, it's worth it. They got a lot of views on that.
What are you talking about? Smack and talk?
Yes, Daniel Bryan on his one of his pages him and Renee Young did Smack and Talk with Chad Gable was their guest.
Really?
And he said that they had a thing like he was his father. He said, "You're not my father. You're 45 years older than me." He said, "It's very old when I was younger."
Daniel Bryan's only 5 years older than Chad Gable?
That's what he said, yeah.
And
they had the envelope, official paternity.
Maury! So they had no set, really. They were
behind some cameras.
Backstage.
Yeah.
Interesting. So they're just going to do their own thing now.
Yeah.
Just going to do their own thing.
They probably, when they got time, knock out 5 minutes, have somebody come in, do a little thing, and
I like it. But the WWE Network apparently canceled a show that hasn't even happened yet. They did a pilot episode for R-Truth's game show that's not going to happen.
And they did half of these, which is Edge and Christian.
Why would you film half of these? The whole season was laid out.
Yeah.
Everything was written. And they're saying it's too expensive to do the Edge of Christian show, so it's done. We pay $10 a month, and I know they're bringing in like $13 million just from the network. Mm-hmm. So you're sitting there telling me you can't afford to pay these folks this stuff? It's too expensive?
Which I thought they'd pay them already, so.
Thank you. They get a Legends deal, so they get paid regardless. But my thing is, okay, Talking Smack, I get. Okay, they said that it had a whole other production truck just for the set for that.
Okay.
All right, great. They filmed the Edge of Christian show at WWE headquarters.
Yeah. And it's not live.
It's not live. So how are you telling me that's too expensive when it's literally people that are already at the headquarters just hanging out?
Knock out 2 or 3 in a couple of days.
Come on, people.
I know. There's more to this than being expensive.
There's got to be more than this. But like, where does it stop? Are y'all gonna quit putting out classic content? Because it seems like you've done it anyway. We don't have Thunder. We don't have WCW Saturday Night. We don't have WCW Worldwide. We don't have Sunday Night Heat. We don't have WWF Jacked. We don't have Velocity. I mean, these are shows that we want.
Yeah.
Instead of putting out these surveys about these wrestlers that are independent contracted people that are on the indies, instead of worrying about that, ask us what we want on the network, because clearly you're canceling stuff we want. Because I know that Edge of Christian show had to have been high in the ratings for them.
Of course.
Because that was huge. Everybody loved that show.
Yep. So
to sit there and cancel that, and I understand that there's a project going on here with 205 Live. They're trying to get another brand off the ground. But it's barely in the top 20 every week. Yeah. But yet you get rid of something like Talkin' Smack that was always in the top 10.
Yeah, I know.
When Halloween Havoc 1998 is higher than 205 Live, you might need to revamp your ideas. Because here's the reason why nobody watches it. It is literally like Sunday Night Heat. It's the same thing over and over again. The same guys wrestling each other over and over again.
Yeah.
Do we ever see Grand Metalik anymore? Do we ever see Lindsay Dorado?
Never down then. Yeah.
Okay, all those other guys are constantly facing each other. Okay, the Drew Gulak and what's his name? Mustafa Ali literally went on for 6 weeks of them fighting each other over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got plenty of talent. This is my thing. I understand they want it to be live, but maybe take the format of 205 Live. I guarantee you it'll get over a lot better if you let Triple H's team run it and you do it at Full Sail University along with NXT. If you add a few extra dates or whatever to be filmed, you film it there and you let his creative team run it, not Kevin Dunn and Vince McMahon. You let Triple H's team run that. I guarantee you more people will watch it because the Full Sail University crowd gets you into
it.
It's smaller.
But it's
more intimate.
More heat, more better, yes, more excitement.
The booing and the cheer. Nobody reacts in the big arenas because it comes on after Smackdown. Everybody's tired. They're done.
Or they're leaving.
Or they're already heading out the door to get out of the traffic.
So if you want to stay and watch it, which if we were there, we would.
We would.
And I would move down closer. Because I know
people started moving,
yeah, of course. Why would I stay up high in nosebleed section when I can, there's some seats on close. Let's move on down. But yeah, that's true.
They've got to revamp some of this stuff. I like the idea of 205 Live, but they're wasting those talents. When you go from looking at Cruiserweight Classic to how they're being used now, it's just not the correct way to do it. They need to put them at Full Sail University, film it and have that type of atmosphere. People will watch it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
I agree with you 100%.
Nobody's reacting in the big arenas.
No.
So it ruins everything.
Yeah. Well, speaking of ruining Global Force Wrestling.
They're always ruining something.
Yeah. And I thought they owned trademarks, but I guess they don't own trademarks that they say they own now.
Yeah, apparently they've been refusing to let Matt and Jeff use the broken gimmicks because it's intellectual property, but apparently those intellectual property are not trademarked, which kind of have to go hand in hand in order to remain your intellectual property.
Oh, yes.
Because if you think about it, there are wrestlers that, when they were in WWE, their name was trademarked by WWE. Mm-hmm. But if WWE lets that trademark lapse, they have all right to go own that thing.
Yeah.
I guarantee you Repo Man is no longer owned by WWE. So I guarantee you Barry Darso could go get that, own it, and go do whatever he wants to with it.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
They can do then. Say, hey, I own the trademark.
Right. And that's what's happening here. They have attempted to trademark the broken gimmick, and apparently it was refused.
No.
They tried to do Broken Matt, but apparently Matt Hardy's already got Broken Matt Hardy in there to be trademarked.
Which is probably coming after SummerSlam.
Probably so. So, my thing is, if they had such a big deal about this whole trademark thing, then how come they're allowed to do the delete thing? They're allowed to say the obsolete thing, but yet they can't do the full gimmick. Why can they do the motion and say the word, but yet they can't run the gimmick?
The delete word said the other day by Matt was the first time he ever said it. Most he does this and the crowd does it, but he did say delete himself.
Did he?
He did.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think the whole thing is just really stupid, and there's people playing hardball here. Yeah. People trying to, act like they got money when they really don't. And I think they really need to buckle down and worry about their own product and not worry about...
Just getting great ratings every week.
Wonderful. They need to worry about that and not worry about people that have left already. Let them do their own thing. And now I understand intellectual property, and I respect it completely because the same thing with Vince, okay? They sued Nash and Hall for the same thing when they jumped over to WCW. Mm-hmm. I get it, So I understand intellectual property, but you let it lapse. You don't even have it trademarked, and you're just now trying to get it trademarked. A little late now.
Let it go.
Exactly.
Move
like
on.
the song says, and we're not sing talking.
Deal with your heavyweight champion and your contenders, your main event, and your shows. Make your shows better. Just let it go.
Right.
Because I know some people say, well, let's just say they hate TNA, so it's just TNA. If WWE was doing the same thing, they'd be fine with it. No. If Vince was as petty as this Ed guy here, we'd be the same way.
Right, and
let it go.
And we're still upset with WWE because we're talking about them canceling shows they don't need to cancel on the network. So it's a full thing. Yes. It doesn't matter. If we feel like they're not doing what they need to be doing, then we're going to speak on it. Now, are we the daggone wrestling police? No, I mean, this is just our opinion. But Global Force needs to worry about getting their brand product out there. They literally put out 3 house shows, live events, recently, and already canceled one.
Yep.
It was a 3-day weekend, and you canceled one of them for low ticket sales. I read what these circumstances was. Low ticket sales.
Low ticket sales.
They didn't, but it came out later on apparently.
Undisclosed circumstances. Yeah.
Yes. Later on, they said
nobody coming. That's good.
I mean, but it's just come on now.
Yeah, don't start the live thing. Y'all ain't gonna get your TV bill back up yet.
And that's your problem. Okay, they went up north to do it.
How about being the top 50 before you start talking about going live here?
But why would you go to New York and Washington and Connecticut to do your live events?
Oh, we're going to be right in Vince McMahon's backyard is what we're going to do.
Doesn't work. It never has.
No, it doesn't.
Even the WCW
stay in Florida.
Even though WCW wasn't even considered towards the end, it wasn't considered just a Southern wrestling company.
Regional.
It was a global situation. Yeah. But if you notice a lot, they didn't go to New York and stuff like that too much. They would go to Vegas. They might go to California. They stayed a lot down south.
Why travel and not have a good showing?
You could do the same thing NXT's doing and make money. You could go to these armories. You can go to these small, venues and stuff. Pack those out before you go to these big arenas, which I know they were doing them at ball fields. But if you can't sell out a minor league ball field,
I mean, if they came to our ball field, Montgomery, there may be a chance. I mean, I'll check ticket prices, and I probably would go.
I mean, I wouldn't mind going. I mean, did you check the ticket price of what they were charging at
no.
the ones or what we charge here?
Yeah, I mean, I would check to see if they said they're coming to the Biscuit Stadium.
Right.
I would see how much ticket prices. When they see Southern Montgomery, Alabama, close to Florida,
right. You don't have to go very far. I mean, a lot of your talent it lives up north. Not smart, but it is what it is. But you got to realize that you got to stay in a pocket until you grow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what their problem was the last time. They tried to grow too fast.
Same.
And I know Jeff says he's got a 5-year plan. Slow down.
Yeah, dude.
Make it a 10-year. It's ridiculous.
The only thing missing is Dixie Carter. We're getting the same old story.
Right.
So,
I say slow down. I understand maybe it was cheaper to pay your talent for doing 3 events in a row because you're all in the same area, but maybe you shouldn't start out with that many live events in a row like that. No. Maybe you should just done, 1 or 2.
I thought when I first read it, there was a typo. I was thinking, really doing a house show? They're doing a house show? Really? This soon?
They're trying to. That was their first 3 right there. Back to back, and you lost 1. So that means that your talent lost booking. Mm-hmm. So,
way to go there, Johnny Nitro.
Right. Exactly.
And, well, he's coming in. I don't know if he's ever going to be on TV, but he's coming in because they're dealing with Lucha Underground. But Magnus has departed.
Magnus said that it was never a signed contract. It was a handshake deal to come in and combine the belts together. He was keeping the integrity. He was the champion for Global Force. Combine the belts together.
Come do the job.
And he said he only wanted to work with Del Rio anyway because he wanted to be. He felt challenged because it was a new person he had never fought before. I understand that. I get it.
Yeah.
And then he said, "I'm ready to move on." So, and he
he
refused to sign that contract.
But he's a little disappointed with Jeff Jarrett too. The way the circumstance had come about.
Because Jeff didn't come to him personally and say, "We don't need you no more."
Yeah.
So,
I mean, could we get a special guy at ringside come NXT Brooklyn? Or could we get two?
One of them, well, exactly. One of them is say, "Baby."
Do you think,
I'm
Baby?
not talking about Jericho.
Do you think Baby is going to be at ringside?
I don't know if you saw the fan made thing. But it was like the Brooklyn logo, the new one, for the three.
Yeah.
And it had a silhouette of Adam Cole, and at the bottom, underneath the logo, it said "Baby" with a question mark on it. I was like, "Oh my God, that's a great thing!" Whoever created that needs to probably get a job at WWE. I'm just saying. So, but it was fan made, and I'm telling you, I hope he does show up there. That would be great.
I expect to see somebody new at ringside.
I mean, not all the takeovers, but most of them has had a surprise person.
Especially the big ones. They're breaking Brooklyn out to be a big one.
It's number 3, yeah.
Yeah. It's a big one.
SummerSlam and WrestleMania usually has someone sitting at ringside.
Yes. That's not working with the company. Like, oh my God, what are they doing here?
That's where we got Drew McIntyre from one of the takeovers.
And Bobby Roode.
That's true.
So. I mean, it should be interesting. I expect somebody new who isn't with the company to be sitting at ringside and they make a big deal about it.
Of course.
So,
he wasn't there 5 minutes ago, but he's here watching the show.
I know. We were just scanning through the crowd and the smoke fart was sitting there. Now this guy who we
need you to move, please.
Well, speaking of surprises, Ring of Honor COO Joe Koff to CM Punk, "You are always welcome to our house."
Once you're Ring of Honor, you're always Ring of Honor, he says.
Yes. And hey, would I be upset if he showed back up? No, I wouldn't be upset, and I think that would be a great place for CM Punk to go.
Oh yeah, it's a light schedule, and he would basically, they're not gonna pay him millions and millions of dollars, but for a light schedule, he could probably still do his MMA thing and do that. I mean, and he could pick and choose who he wants to wrestle. He's gonna have a lot of creative freedom there. So
a lot of creative freedom, yeah. And probably pick up the title.
Right. Probably first night there. But I mean, the COO.
One of those.
The COO's not stupid. I mean, come on now. You talking up to the right person. I mean, and apparently he's put out fillers to different people that know him. So CM Punk apparently there's not talks, but there's apparently they know that they're.
Yeah, you look at this.
Ring of Honor's interested.
CM Punk, big news. CM Punk shows up in Ring of Honor. Great, I'd be happy for that. CM Punk shows up in WWE. My jaw would hit the floor because I never thought that would ever happen.
Right.
Yeah, that would be the bigger shocker of CM Punk.
Right, but Ring of Honor's not stupid. That would be if CM Punk arrived in Ring of Honor, that would be the headline for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So that would be the talk of the town. So they're not stupid to try to cater towards somebody like that. Just like if Daniel Bryan was to leave WWE, you pick him up and say, "Look, we'll get you in Ring of Honor. We'll get you a contract with New Japan because New Japan and Ring of Honor work together. So why not?"
Yep.
So you'd be stupid not to work with people like that.
Another person teasing or just maybe trolling the fans is Christian.
Yes, apparently he posted a picture of his boots and I wonder if these still fit. Randy Orton says, "I hope they do," because apparently he wants one more match. Which I mean, they did have a good series of matches.
They did, but do we want to see them again? No,
not really.
No.
But at the same time, I think Christian's done. I guess there's some injuries there, maybe concussions or something. But he just so quietly disappeared.
And then somebody saw it. Could Christian Cage show back up and go for it?
No.
I know.
He's doing too well just being just getting a Legends contract. Guarantee you his Legends contract is worth more than a Global Force contract.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
Get your network show canceled, but hey, whatever.
Whatever. At least you still get paid.
Yeah.
But, and I mean, he's pretty well off. I mean, he probably saved his money, probably did real well with that. So, he's got nothing to really worry about. But I wish they would have gave him more fanfare like they did Edge whenever Christian had to retire.
Mark Henry retired just the other day and...
Nothing.
We got nothing. I didn't get no goodbye, kiss my butt. I'm just gone.
But the weird was the announcement of his retirement was on the table for 3. I don't know if you watched the table for 3 yet. And that was a good one.
It was.
And it's funny because they tried to say that stuff was from The Rock. Probably not really from The Rock. But it was funny because,
It could have been. Yeah.
Farouk only got a picture.
Like he did
on TV. But, what's his name? Mark Henry said Father Time is undefeated, and it's true. Yeah. And so he's like, hey, I've been here for 20-something years now, and it's time for me to go from a wrestler to an employee. So he had been looking for talent stuff. He's probably one of the reasons like Chad Gable's there. He goes to those Olympics and the strongman competitions, and he looks for talent. So, he's been doing that part-time anyway, so he's going to move into that role, which is totally fine.
Oh, yeah.
I totally get it. I mean, he's one of those that you wouldn't expect to be in that position because he's never really been known for his wrestling ability. He's just kind of always been there.
Yeah, that's another one that's kind of left out in the code. Come August 20th. Right now he has nothing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
You brought this up earlier about the survey, about the WWE asking fans about multiple name stars from the independents and other promotions who they'd like to.
This is Triple H thing.
Include, yeah. Of course it's Triple H.
But they brought up Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Bobby Lashley. Why?
No,
Okada. We've already been there, done that. We don't need Bobby Lashley back.
No, he seems to be happy in Global Force.
Kissing the booty of Jeff Jarrett.
Yes.
Okada, Tanahashi, Will Osprey, Marty Scurll, the villain, EC3, and many more names. So essentially, of course, they're looking at names like this, but just to think, Kenny Omega, Young Bucks, and Marty Scurll, that's 4 names from the Bullet Club, but they're not all going to go.
No.
I could see the Young Bucks way later on when they're maybe the older Bucks going, but
they got to strike when the iron's hot.
That's very true, and I agree.
So
I agree with that, but I don't see Kenny Omega. I don't see Kenny Omega going.
Not right now.
I see somebody like Marty Scurll maybe going
within 4 years, 4 or 5 years.
I would think. I
think within 5 years, Omega, Young Bucks, Scurll. Even Will Osprey.
I love Will Osprey. I watched him
even Okada.
Recently.
I think Okada and Osprey and Scrolls and Omega and Young could all be in the WWE. Could be come and gone within 5 years.
Right.
I say within 5 years, they'll all be.
But we don't need Lashley.
EC3 can even return.
I don't see him coming back.
Global Force goes under.
If it goes under, maybe, but I don't ever see EC3 going back just because I'm just going to leave and go back over there.
Yeah, unless something. Well, you never say never in wrestling.
You never say.
I mean, it could become totally rough for him. He has to get going in the feelers. If he sends out feelers and then gets good sign.
Right, but Lashley, we don't need him.
Cody will go back.
Really, you were calm this whole time.
It's the Cody Rhodes thing. He's a big Cody Rhodes fan. Indy cat. But yeah, I mean, that will be interesting to see. Which kind of turned me a little bit. I get those surveys. I didn't get that survey.
I don't ever get any survey, which is really weird. Trying to remember, I thought there was one other name. I don't know, we don't have them all on there. No. But there was one I was thinking of just now, and then I lost it.
Well, maybe it'll come to you. Speaking of some more names, the Mae Young Classic.
Ow!
We got round 2 brackets here.
Really?
No. We got round 2 brackets here.
No spray bottle, my gosh.
No spray bottle because he gags, which is funny.
Anyway.
Did you take this here? Fuzzy.
Not even freaking out. Attention. Somebody else is freaking out.
I know. But the Mae Young Classic, the brackets round 2. We have you take
Princesa Sugar.
I'll be glad when they show these things on TV.
Right, so you can actually get their names. Taking on Serena, Deeb, She's finally back, and I think it's a one and done, and I'm sad about that.
Then we know who, because I forgot. Last time we had them on there, who beat who, and I just put them all together. Shayna.
Baszler, the MMA from one of the Four Horsewomen.
Yes.
Get out of the camera! Okay, this is why we're on the comedy section.
You know, animals to death.
This is why we're on the comedy section. Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, who's she going to get?
Piper and Niven.
Sure, why not?
Which was
somebody else.
Viper. She was Viper.
She was Viper.
She was Viper.
Not the Randy Orton. Mia Yim, who came from TNA. Wow. Taking on Mercedes Martinez.
Yep. And Ripley.
Rhea
Ripley. Taking on Abbey
Laith.
And I think she had a WWE.com.
Yeah, because she's already signed. She's already signed a contract. She's been on some. She's already had matches on NXT before all this happened. She was just one of their people from the performances that got on this. Toni Storm taking on Dakota Kaya, which I'm kind of looking forward to her. She was a cute little petite girl, so I really think that she's gonna be there for a while.
Yeah.
So she looked like she had a lot of personality. So this is one of our favorites, but
yes.
It's unfortunate.
This is Johnny Gargano's wife. Yes, well, so she ought to be getting the contract. No! You're being blotched out. And she's the one who hangs out with Joey Ryan, ain't it?
Yes. They are the world's cutest tag team.
And it's Candice LeRae.
Taking on
Rachel Evers, which is Ellen Ring's daughter.
I don't know why they when they
why
did
do you mention it? And
Jim Ross said this is the daughter of Paul Ellering during the what do you call it? During the Parade of Champions, but yet they won't call her that name. Like, who cares? They call Charlotte Flair now. They really do. Yeah, you're getting on my nerves.
They went from Charlotte Flair to Charlotte back to Charlotte Flair.
That's really weird.
It's Vince. It's just Vince.
Then we got Bianca Belair.
Okay. Maybe her real name is Rachel Ellering.
Yes.
Okay. Change her first name to whatever you want to change to. Leave her last name.
You see, they didn't get rid of Blanchard.
No,
they let her call Brie Blanchard. Get out of the way!
Indy Cat.
It's not working, guys.
It's not working.
I mean, a little freaked out, but it's not really working too well. But anyway, Bianca Belair taking on Lacey Evans. Both of them are signed.
And Nicole Savoy taking on Kira San, which
cannot use the elbow drop, but yet uses the elbow drop.
Yeah.
Get out of
here! To take out Tessa. Yes.
Ow! Get out of here! Anyway. Part 2, you would not see that cat. I really hope.
I try to put her in the Kindle.
Anyway, next time we'll talk about the quarterfinals.
Yes. Which, if you read their spoilers,
you already know.
You already know what they are.
And most people that watch this probably already read the spoilers.
Yeah. Probably know what the finals is, which is kind of short. It's kind of weird.
They're going to have other matches on there.
Yeah, but still should have.
But the last part of part 1, we're going to talk about... Bring it up. There it is. My gosh, there it is. It does not look purple on the screen right now. It looks silver. White almost. Yeah. Really weird. But Top Rope Reality Cruiserweight Tournament. We're having our own. How many people do we have total?
64.
64. Is that how many we came up with?
Yeah.
Oh, we just couldn't come up with... Because I thought we did 32.
No.
Really?
64, dude.
I can't remember nothing.
There's
it was like 2 or 3 weeks
different
ago.
brackets. I mean, 4 different 16s today. We're doing the first 16 now.
The first 16 now.
And it just in order. It's no certain order. No certain.
Order.
This guy's better than this guy. It doesn't matter. We just put them in order here. Put them in counting from 1 to 64. That's all it is.
Exactly. We've got Tozawa. We've got Ibushi.
How did you do those? And I'll do the next 16.
We got Matt Sydal. Cody Rhodes. Now we're not at 205 live around here.
No.
What is our
225?
We are 225 live
or less. Yes.
Or less. Dash Wilder. Can you believe that guy's 225 or less? That's crazy.
That's what it said.
Mark Andrews, Kofi Kingston, Mike Kanellis, Jack Gallagher, Chad Gable, Matt Jackson, TJP, Noam Dar, Rich Swann, Neville, and Enzo Amore is your first 16 names And if that's any indication of the 64, we've got a who's who of that weight limit. So it's going to be, it's really going to come down to, oh my gosh, can this person actually beat this person?
Yes.
Because we picked the best of the best. If you possibly look like a jobber, you weren't in this thing. We literally got the best of the best for this.
Yeah, so you want to say, okay, it can go either way.
Well, you have to have those tournaments. You can't have, you can't put Doink the Clown in there against, Cody Rhodes. It's just not going to work out.
Or against The Undertaker.
Oh, boy. What's that guy's name again?
James Ellsworth.
No, for the first Raw against Undertaker.
Damien Demento.
Damien Demento. Can't have one of those.
Oh, Undertaker versus James Ellsworth. No.
That would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
But up next in part 2, we've got your pro wrestling review, the Monday Night Wars, July 22nd to August 19th of 1996. We're getting into the good stuff.
I am so glad because Billy Two Eagles is going to be on here. That's what I want.
Billy Two Eagles?
That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for his big Raw debut here.
Yes. I love it. Like, Billy Two Eagles. He don't have just one eagle. He has two. So you got to come back to part 2 to find out about Billy Two Eagles.
I'm Mike Hogan.
And I'm just a cat.
We'll see in a few clicks. Andy Cat.
Get out of here. Get that cat out of here.